Hey guys, thanks for watching, and I'm sorry I haven't made any videos lately. My kids got my camera wet, so it's pretty dodgy trying to record anything. So anyway, I decided to go ahead and do a comparison between my Pathfinder and Nalgene water bottle sets. Um, they're both stainless steel bottles. You can boil water in them, and either one of them would be fine if that's all that you had, but I do think one is better than the other, which is why I'm doing this here. So when it comes to the Pathfinder, this is a 32 ounce bottle, and it's kind of a clone of the Clean Canteen. It has the same construction methods, the same threading. Actually, they use the same cap even. One of the things that you'll notice about this right away is the threading is stamped into it. So on the inside, if you can see that there, you've got all that threading that picks up dirt and grime and stuff like that, and it's pretty hard to clean, especially out in the field. It gets kind of grungy. Another thing, Dave designed this to be pretty curved here on the edges for the purpose of cleaning, so you could get a brush in there and get it cleaned out, and you wouldn't have corners there, or lines, whatever you'd call it, where gunk gets stuck and build up. Now, that's good for cleaning, but it does have a side effect. When you're drinking out of this, you go take a drink, let it back down, the water fouls them curves and will splash right back up in your face. For the average guy, mosquito, little buggers. For the average guy, that's not going to be a big deal, but for somebody like me who wears glasses, if you're out in the woods or whatever, you don't want stuff splashing on your lenses. So that's kind of a minor annoyance. And another mosquito. They're loving me today. Another difference between these two bottles is the construction method. This is stamped in a different way than this one is. You have actually a weld going all the way up the side of this bottle, and it's a pretty substantial bottle, and it's a good weld. They did a good job on the construction aspect, but I'm afraid if you got this too hot, you could cause that weld to fail and ruin your container. So that's something else that you want to keep in mind. Third mosquito. Well, that must be a tasty treat. So, all in all, I should have said I've had this bottle for well over a year now. I use it all the time. And, I'm sorry, I lost track where I was going with this. I use it all the time, and it's been a great bottle. It's got some dings and this and that you can see. I've dropped it pretty hard. It's never failed. It's never gotten any puncture holes or anything. And it's a perfectly good, acceptable bottle. So I should say that. What else? Another thing, I don't know if I just found me a nest of mosquitoes here or what, but all of a sudden they are everywhere. Another thing, between these two bottles, there's quite a bit of difference between the lids. This has your nice lanyard hole that you can hook on a D-ring carabiner or whatever, strap it to your bag. And that's pretty nice, but it does take up, an extra inch or so of room if you have a bottle bag, the standard Condor Maxpedition bag. You're taking up an extra inch or more of room that you could be stuffing something at the bottom of your bag, which I do. I do put stuff in the bottom. So that's another thing to keep in mind. Now, the Nalgene, this is the 38 ounce model, and unfortunately they discontinued this. I don't know why, because I think it's an outstanding bottle. But since they do still make the 32 ounce Nalgene Gayu design, I'm going to go ahead and show it to you guys anyway. And maybe you could get lucky and find the 38, somewhere at some shop in some corner. There's got to still be some out there somewhere. One of the things you'll notice right off the bat, this has external threads. So in here, around the mouth, the neck, completely smooth, easily cleaned, no grime buildup, nothing like that. The curves are not as pronounced as with the Pathfinder, so you don't get that backsplash, splashing back in your face. And I've found it's just as easy to clean. It cleans up just fine. But the main things that I really liked about this are the cap's detachable. You've got this rim, and you can use this for several different things. You want to put this in and out of the fire, you know, throw a sapling on there, in and out of the fire. Very convenient that way. With your Pathfinder, I got a couple of these nifty bottle hanger slash fish mouth openers, and I'm sure you guys are all familiar with these. And I like them, but they're kind of heavy. When you start carrying, you know, a lot of gear around, every ounce adds up. You know, ounces equal pounds. So I found that even though these are nice, with this bottle you don't need it. You can do everything without this, just using a sapling or a couple sticks to pick this up. Another thing, and this was the key selling point that actually made me want to buy this bottle, is because of that rim, you can put cordage on that, or even use, you know, what it's attached to, tie that to some paracord, whatever, and dip this into a water source. That doesn't sound like a big deal, but actually it can be. If you've ever been eaten by mosquitoes like me, I'm sorry. If you've ever been on the bank of a creek or stream or anything like that, and it's steep, it's muddy, you know you try to get down there, you're gonna slip, you're gonna bust your butt, get all wet. It's really convenient to be able to drop that in there and just, you know, fish for your water. Also, you sure wouldn't want to be out in the middle of nowhere and fall and break a leg or something. I mean, that's really something serious to consider. So this gives you an option that your Pathfinder just doesn't, and I think it's a big option that cannot be overstated. What are the drawbacks? Well, I mean, they're both stainless steel, so they're kind of heavy. The Nalgene Gayu, though, it really surprises me. This plastic lid is heavy. For a piece of plastic, this thing has really got some punch to it. I mean, I think they could have done something a little better with the lid, but that's the, and I'm stretching here, that's the only complaint that I can come up with this bottle. I think it's hands down the best outdoors bottle ever made. Whoever designed this, whoever constructed this, was really thinking. Oh, and I did forget to mention the difference in construction. This is stamped in a different way. You don't have a weld on the side. This whole bottom piece is one piece stamped, and the weld is on the top, where they welded the mouth on. So there's no way, no possible way you're going to have this in a fire and have the side seam fail, because it don't exist. You could put that in a raging fire, and it's not going to be a problem. It's also a bit thicker, heftier steel than the Pathfinder. So, hands down, winner in my book. I think it's great.